All right, all right, all right. Good morning, good Sunday for those that are listening everywhere around the world. My name is Enrique Barreto, aka El Presidente of VOYR. And with me in this AMA that we have every Sunday at 10 a.m. Eastern, 1300 UTC, I have Dave Siles, our CEO, our Jefe. We have Rob Levy, the VP of Sales and Marketing for VOYR. And we have Brandon Meyer, the CTO. How are you guys doing this morning?
Doing
Peachy,
good.
man. Peachy.
Pitchy is
I'm
good.
good. Yeah.
First of all, I can tell you that I enjoy being at home. I have been sleeping in my own bed. This is a good thing. So that's why I took the overlay. This is my house. So that's great. Super excited to continue to look the progress as our Voyeur Meet platform and Voyeur Memories continues to be developed and almost for the imminent launch that is going to happen sometime in September. Just like anything else that we do, what we talk here is no financial advice. Do your own research, just like everything that we do. But if you want to follow us on Twitter, you can certainly follow us on Twitter at voyeur.me. If you are a creator, which we have Robin, we're going to be talking about creators. There's a specific website where you go to voyeur.me/creators and you're able to sign up. Questions or comments, just like anything else, you can send us an email to social@voyeur.me. Now, before I turn it on to Dave or Jefe, I do have a challenge, Brandon.
Uh-oh.
A lot of people see me with this baby face all the time. Baby face. It's like smooth, clean. But
I do not endorse this message, so just so you guys know.
I don't know why the hell I said that, but I am making a challenge for those who want to join me. You don't have to. I am gonna grow my beard until the launch of Voyeur Me. So if we're saying, I think we dropped on the last AMA, we said 60 days. Just gonna grow it, and until that thing doesn't launch, I'm not shaving it. So Brandon, I hate facial hair, so please let's go ahead and launch this thing early so I can shave it. What do you think?
I think we're on track to do that, and I will go along with you, and I will challenge you, and I will not shave this. Mine's more visible than yours, so mine's gonna be more noticeable because yours is, what is that?
Mine is
Gray, white,
mine is very silver
platinum.
silver for platinum. Although for a nominal fee of a creator, if you want me to paint it like purple or indigo or whatever color, I may be able to do it. You never know.
That's an awesome idea. We should do an auction or something like that and see if
An
we can get
auction of what
see if we can
color?
get see if there'll be enough people to vote on that. And
I seriously doubt it. So seriously doubt it for sure.
probably.
All right. So with that, so we will take them on the challenge. So we won't shave.
Yep.
With that said, I am going
like you said on the AMA, we're gonna clarify. It's this piece.
Yeah,
I need to shave this. I have to shave this.
I'm doing the chin. There's no way I'm doing my mustache. That's just a mess. It's just not happening. But I'm doing my chin. I'll just do it that way. But with that, I figure I will pass it to our Jefe Dave Sals for any updates that he may have that he wants to share. And we also have some activity going on in our chats. Oh, there it is. Mara's not here. She's talking about Battle of the Beers. Really?
The crumbs out. Yeah.
I say.
Yeah. No, it's been an interesting morning.
I mean, Dave, you and I have been up early, right? It's like, hey, what's up, man? Let me have my coffee. Let's do this. Let's do that. It's like the world of crypto, the world of what we do. You have to take a lot of risk. You have to do different things, and let's just call it. Shit happens, man. So it is what it is, So, but it's been an interesting morning for sure.
Yeah. Obviously, I can't talk about price, and that doesn't change this morning. But that said, I mean, obviously, our chart took a hell of a dip this morning. I can say that, I think. So I want everybody who's watching and listening to know that I'm doing some dip correction myself. I made a bad bet on somebody, and I own up to my own mistakes, and so I'm fixing my mistake. So everybody's watching, understand that it's not like the optics aren't apparent to us. We know what's going on. I'm going to leave it at that because they have the opportunity to make it back up to me. And if they do, great. If they don't, some people will get to learn the thermonuclear side of me and my connections.
Exactly. And I think I mean, you said something very well. When, trust is one of those things that it takes time to earn and seconds to lose, right? But just because stuff like that doesn't happen doesn't mean that we don't have the ability to amplify to those that don't
Yeah,
follow our words to be able to do things.
that's right. Yeah. I mean, even though we're obviously building the best social exchange in the face of the planet, some of the largest social media companies in the world are the customer of my other company. So I have a lot of a reach to do a lot of damage if I want to. And I'm going to leave it there.
Hey,
So
listen. I
I
heard
know
the
the
word.
person's watching. So if they're watching, this, take the advice
Yeah,
I'm
it's like,
giving you to unfuck your fuck up, and we'll be all good.
I couldn't have called it I couldn't have called it any better.
Yeah.
Fuck your fuck up. That's basically it. But
I'll say something. This I've been in the crypto world for a few years now, heavily in the last 6-9 months, and everything is so damn fast. Everybody wants 100x within 24 hours and all of this. You need to realize this takes time to build. And to the question about any plans for buyback or burn tokens. Honestly, my personal view on that is we would screw ourselves in the future when we launched a platform and there's real utilization. And now you have hyperinflation on the token because the supply is so short because we burn so much to satisfy people that are trying to get off on the price.
That's right.
This is a utility token.
Yeah.
There will be utility for this. You want to sell now? I'm totally holding back words because of the channel we're on. But,
I think I
GFY,
just made it not safe
like,
for work and not replayable by kids under the age of 18. So go for it, man.
well, you know what? If you don't believe in the platform, why the fuck did you buy in? Like, come on. We
Yeah.
are building something here. It takes time. This is going to be, as Dave said, the best platform on the planet. This is a platform built for creators, not to build ad revenue, not to, make some dumbass rich who lives out in California. This is for the people. This is the platform, the decentralized platform. Yeah, it's going to be centralized, but it's built on the blockchain. If we could decentralize the platform, we would. The technology is not there yet. That we are going to be doing some things that haven't been done. We're taking a lot of different technologies, compiling them together to be able to build this platform. It's no different than taking like the electric car. There's a lot of stuff that had to happen for Tesla to be able to be as big as they are. The battery technology had to be there, the computer technology had to be there, the camera technology had to be there. There's so many things that has to come together to be able to build something that is going to change the world. And that's finally where we're at. The blockchain is at the point where we can now utilize it. The fees are low enough, the speed is fast enough. We have the capabilities with IPFS to decentralize and utilize NFTs. And we have the capability now of smart contracts and tokens to be able to incentivize the creators and give them as much as possible to what they are feeling they are worth. But you know what? This shit doesn't happen overnight. It takes time. We are building this. If you want to sell your tokens, good. Go. Get the fuck out. I really don't care. But we are still going to build this platform and it's going to be the best one out there. And if you don't believe that, I don't want you behind us. That the people that are behind us are the ones that care, the ones that want to make a difference, and that's what we're here for. The token, if you want to get rich off the token, go buy some shitcoin somewhere else. We're going to, but it's going to make you a lot of money, but it's going to take time. Once we get the utilization out there and everybody starts seeing the transactions and then starting to get the reflections on that, and then people buying in because they want to get on the platform, that's all going to build value in the token because it's going to get utilized. How many other tokens out there are being utilized and will be utilized at this scale?
I don't know. I don't know that. I don't know any.
Exactly. So we're doing stuff here that Rome wasn't built in a day. It fell pretty fast, but it wasn't built in a day. Speaking of trust takes time. Stuff gets built. It takes time to build stuff. You have to build brick on brick. I can't just throw a brick up in the air. This isn't shit. What was that brick building game? I forgot.
Jenga?
Brick breaker?
Jenga?
No, the big one.
Tetris? Mahjong? Dude, I can keep mentioning them. I don't know, man. But listen, I'll tell you what I love. What I love is I love your radical transparency. I love the fact that you're calling it as it is, and we all feel exactly the same way. I think at the end of the day, when what I like about us as a team is everybody will be like, hurrah, everything is great, everything is wonderful, but we like to express the things that are going in our heads when it comes to bad things, and it's not just about something that happens that is wrong, and it's about what are we going to do about it, which Dave has described. So that's always good to know. And Brandon, your passion always is it percolates and permutates to me and others. So
CFI just jumped in and said, hey guys, CFI did I love the fact that our rainmakers, recognize what happened and they're jumping in as well. CFI stepped up in a big way, actually just a few minutes ago, as well. And I thank them for that. But someone just asked, I think it was on Periscope, if we're planning to do a burn. We're not going to do a burn. I'm essentially doing a buyback right now. That'll happen here pretty quick. If you know anything about Bitcoin conversions, it takes a little bit of time for things to move around. But I just want to say a shout out to Cash Flow Invest. He's there watching on YouTube, and if you guys aren't following him, follow him. He's got a great TikTok channel as well, and is loving the content he's producing. So.
Well, and this is the message that I'm not able to present because I got some work to do, but I wanted to say thank you guys. You're doing an amazing job, and I love the dip. Now we're only going up. So that's the way that we see it.
Get those tortillas ready.
Yeah, no kidding, right? No kidding. All right. And then Raphael, obviously, I trust all my trust to you guys. We're here for the long run. Keep up with the honesty and the transparency. That's what makes VOYR different from all the other projects. We believe so too. I mean, how many people you find out there that are just talking about, oh, this is coming, this is great, this is what, I mean, those are the things that we are also saying. We know that the VOYR platform is going to be coming in the next, 60 days. But just like anything else, as I talk to Mara and Rob and Brandon, right? If we put a set time, and something happens with development, then we don't want to fail you on that, right? We want to make sure that we're doing some good dates. And right now we are in that mode of, there's only one way, and it's this. Our way is the platform. Our way.
Right. So let's talk about that. Let's just change it up and make it a little bit more cheery.
Awesome.
So I got a challenge to the audience, our rainmakers, or really anybody who's watching or catches this on replay. If you're excited about VOYR as much as we are, we want to capture that, right? So we'd love to get you to create a 30, 60-second video. Shoot it in your favorite place. Get out in the world. If you're a creative type, show your talent. And the simple message is, this is who I am, and I'm going to be on VOYR, right? Mm-hmm. And I will publish out an upload page where anybody who wants to come in can come in and just drop that content on our website, and we'll make you famous. We'll put it into our marketing campaigns. We'll kind of consolidate it down, but it'll go across all of our platforms. We'll get you on TikTok. We'll get you in our reels on Instagram, in our story, in our feed, and we'll amplify it. So, just fill it out, create a 30 to 60 second video on why you're excited about VOYR, why you want to be on VOYR, and that, you're going to be there. And, fill out your socials, and we'll link you, tag you, give you all the credit. And, this morning, there was a phenomenal video that was created by one of our rainmakers, Diago. And, I promised that I would get it posted on YouTube, and I still will. We're going to get that up there because, it's a phenomenal video. He produced it. And I can't wait to have people see it. But we have a lot of creative talent. I mean, that's the one thing about our community is, it is full of creators. So let's unleash those talents.
Let's do a hashtag with that. Why VOYR? Hashtag why VOYR.
I like it.
See me on VOYR. See me on VOYR, man.
See me on VOYR. All right, let's do that. Hashtag see me on VOYR.
All right. I'm gonna put that right there.
And we'll just keep building and amplifying it.
So let's do it. I think what you're saying is if you want to be a creator on the platform because you believe in the platform, let's start now. We're going to help you amplify that before the platform even starts. Get your image out there, get your artistic abilities out there. The freaking videos and memes that are getting created are fantastic. Let's put that to use for all of us, and we'll use our amplification methods to be able to amplify you.
That's exactly right.
And Diago asked a great question. He was saying, will there be any fee for selling my art on the NFT marketplace, guys? The answer is no. I mean, the creative platform all the way through and through is you as a creator get 100% of your profit. The tokenomics pay for our operations cost. But if you say, I want to sell this and I want $100 for it, someone buys it, you're going to get $100 worth of, the VOYR Me token.
If you think about how like I know the US, I think VAT is, I don't know if they do it differently, but basically the way it works is in the US is as a company, you want to charge $1 for something, you get $1, and then to the sale, that tax is added on to the consumer. And that's our model here, is that tokenomics within the token. We are going to build that in so that the consumer is who pays that tax. So you as the creator, you want to get $100 for something, you will get $100 or however many VOYR Me that is at the time.
That's exactly right. So kind of recap, Mara is very active currently texting within our YouTube. So the call to action is, let's make you famous, right? Number one, who are you when you're writing that video? What is your story? Who do you want to connect with, right? And then obviously the hashtag see me on VOYR. So as you finish your video, you say, hey, I am Enrique and I'm on VOYR, or I will be on VOYR. So that is the challenge. And we're looking forward to actually spotlight you and use you to amplify your stuff.
And anybody that does it, we will have rewards for you for doing it. I mean, I will have the upload page done today for it. I will share it across our website. I will share it on our socials. I will share it in our Telegram channel. So everybody will know where they can drop it. And let's do it, because at the end of the day, we can say all we want. It's not as powerful when you hear from somebody else. So when you hear people who are going to be on the platform, who are passionate about the platform, who are not the company themselves that are building it, they say marketing is way more powerful than we say marketing. And so having you say it in your own words and why you're passionate about it and why you want to be on it and why you're either holding our token, why you're excited about being on the platform to earn tokens, whatever it may be, speak your heart. And, I don't want anybody to say something they don't believe in. So, speak with your own conviction, passion, what you're comfortable with. But yeah, let's get some content created and we'll pump it out. We will blast it everywhere. So if you've ever wanted to get, free advertising and traffic to your, into your channel, we can do it for you. We actually have some sister accounts that are part of our Voyager media group where we have hundreds of thousands of followers on those channels. So we will pump the content into those as well. And I'm not shy about that. We're very transparent that we own those. And so, they're crypto focused, but we'll get you exposure crossed a lot of eyeballs. So.
Well, and I think that what blasting is one thing, right? But we also have the telemetry to know how to do proper blasting, right? It's not just hey posting and sending. We know how to reach maximum impact, and this is a good segue for Rob Levy, which is up with us, VP of Sales and Marketing here in VOYR. But how are you doing? And as always, right? What's on your mind? What's going on? Now we have the line. We have this stuff going on. I know that you hardly are sleeping. That I do know. So, what's going on, man?
Yeah. Good conversations as usual. We started talking about kind of the dip and what's going on. I mean, my perspective is, and my goal is to understand the challenges that creators are having and how VOYR can solve that. If we can bridge that gap, which I know that we can get the message across, we can bring creators over, that's going to solve all of our problems. Just like everybody's saying, I'll reemphasize it, we're building a company. It doesn't happen overnight. We are solving real problems and real challenges with what we're doing. So I'm obviously, I say this every day, I'm excited about this, and that's really what I'm focused on. Bringing the creators. Yep.
Somebody asked a question. I just want to be clear on it. Do the videos in your local language. If you're not, because someone just said, hey, look, I love to do it, but I don't speak English. That's fine.
Yeah, do it in your local language.
Do it in your own language. We're a global company. We're going to have a global audience. And I didn't mean to rob there, but I just wanted to clarify because it was going to get kind of lost if I didn't bring it up. Yeah, do whatever you're comfortable. And if you're bilingual, throw it both ways. I mean, let's have some fun with it.
Yeah, great.
Thanks, Rob.
Sure. Yeah. No, it's all good. So what I'm focused on right now are a couple things. So we are building the ambassador program. We want creators that are excited about VOYR, that want to be part of our community, that want to amplify the message. And so kind of along the lines of what the conversation was prior about posting content, what we are enabling creators to do. So we have one coming up this week with a fantastic artist in South America. I won't give away his name just yet, but the goal is we're going to do an Instagram live on his channel. Mm-hmm. And the reason that we want to do that is to allow him to ask us questions to his audience. Why are you joining VOYR? What's in it for me? What's in it for my audience, my fans, etc. To give his voice and really ask us the hard questions. And then vice versa, what we want to do is put him on one of these AMAs and ask him questions. What's in it for you? Why are you excited about this? What challenges have you seen? And so those are some of the things that we're going to start doing more and more now that we have a date and we have milestones for the platform, we're going to start doing that more and more. With the overall goal, again, what are the challenges of these creators? How is VOYR going to solve them? And we can bridge that gap and we can obviously be very successful. So hope that answers your question, Enrique. That's what I'm doing. That's what drives me. That's what keeps me.
Are you into this challenge of growing stuff, or you're walking out? You're like, no, I'm not doing it.
I can't do it. I'm not going to lie. I've tried. So I started shaving in the 8th grade. I have not been able to get past the awkward stage. It comes in very thick. I'm half Middle Eastern, and it comes in all over here, and it's too much.
Mine is just three hairs that come boing, boing, boing. That's it. I mean, and it doesn't work out that well. All right.
I didn't have a full beard till I was 30, so it didn't fill in.
Exactly.
I was that kid in the 8th grade playground with just hair everywhere, and my dad was like, "It's time to shave."
That's too fun. Well, Rob, thank you so much. Right.
Sure.
So for our next speaker, which is El Profesor, which is here.
Oh,
Brandon, I know that it's not that I know. I know that you are the man when it comes to solidity, when it comes to programming, when it comes to everything that we do within our platform, right? And I know that I know that every time you and I talk about when I don't understand something, I tell you, hey, explain it to me like I'm 5, right? And have been very open on helping me with that. Excuse me. But what I would like to do is give you the opportunity to kind of show the audience, right? When they're talking about crypto, where they're talking about when you hear blockchain and the smart contract, people think like truly people think that crypto is a coin, right? And it is,
Yeah.
but it isn't. But it's like it's awesome to actually go through this segment because I know that you prepare some stuff on, call it the deep dive, but not the deep dive for those that need to understand how things work, right? So, man, show us what you got. Like how, and obviously you're running the largest Solidity group learning group in Telegram. A lot of programmers are coming in. Not only young but experienced programmers are wanting
Yep.
to learn this programming language that runs this world of crypto, right? Show us a little bit of the glimpse of what a smart contract or what everything should look like, so the audience can relate on when we say crypto, or when we say the smart contract, or maybe NFT. They understand that it's just code, right? That
It
it's
is.
just
It
code.
is. That's exactly what it is. So basically, what we're doing here is when you think about the blockchain is just think of it like a worldwide computer that keeps track of things. It's like a worldwide database. And it started off with Bitcoin. Bitcoin was this very now archaic system where it literally just it tracks the transactions of Bitcoin, and there's Ethereum and there's a lot of blockchains now, and they all use different languages. Solidity is used for the Ethereum virtual machine, which has multiple blockchains like Polkadot and Matic and uh, Binance Smart Chain, which is what our token runs on. And these blockchains are kind of like, not in the supercomputer sense, but they're really big computers. They have different nodes that run around the world, and essentially what they're doing is they're running this code. In this code, when you talk about a token, it's a token is something that is uh, it keeps track of the value, not necessarily the value, but the quantity of how much you own. So one of my biggest problems is what we call wallets, because when you talk about a wallet, we are we think of a wallet like something that holds our money, but that's not what a typical wallet does, or that's not what a blockchain wallet does. A blockchain wallet is your keys. It's like a keychain. It's not really a wallet. It's more like a keychain. And this keychain keeps track of your private keys that are linked to your address on the blockchain. So your wallet address is your identity on the blockchain. And that's actually what gets stored on the blockchain with a value of how many tokens you own. And that is what says that's what's displayed in your wallet, which is really your keychain. But essentially, when you think about a token now, a token is just a set of instructions. What we're doing here is we're running through and we're telling it what data to store, and we're telling it what mathematical operations to perform. And that's really at the basis of what a token is. So knowing this, we now can understand the constraints of the world that we're going to program in, and we can do some pretty interesting things, such as reflections. That's now, the big thing. SafeMoon and others have now popularized, and we can do that within the token because that's all it is. It's a program. And we were able to add specific functionality such as our safe sale capability. So we were able to build in our safe sale into the token so that when somebody purchased it pre-sale, it was their information about that sale was locked inside the token on the blockchain. It was open. We talk about radical transparency. We're just following what the blockchain is. The blockchain is an open ledger. It keeps track of all of the transactions. Anybody can see it. You can see whatever is going on. You can see the source code of this token. So everybody has an understanding of what is going on within the token. So I'm going to run through really quick, what are the things that are stored within the token. So for instance, we have some mappings here, and a mapping is essentially a little a key value pair listing. So it says here, for instance, this mapping of reflections owned and total owned, these are essentially where your value of your wallet is. This is it right here. Your address is associated with a value that says how many tokens you own.
Got it.
That's it. That's all that's stored here. So when we do this, we can create some pretty interesting things like reflections and stuff like that. So when we do a transfer, what we're actually doing here is running through some functions. And when the functions run, it's going to then change the values of certain things. For instance, when you want to get your balance, we actually check to see if you have any tokens locked up in the pre-sale. So we can do things like that. We can do some restrictions. We can say, you know what, I want to require specific things to happen before I run this. And if that doesn't happen, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to revert this transaction and you can't do it. So for instance, if you're trying to uh, open up if you're trying to buy a pre-sale that you already bought, well, we say here, well, you can't have anything greater than 0. It means you bought in. So we're gonna say, you know what, this has been locked. You already have it. We're gonna kick you out and say, you know what, can't do that. And this is pretty much, open source. You can go on to BS Scan. You can go onto our GitHub and you can see exactly what is happening within the contract. You can understand, when we're setting, the taxes and stuff, what's going on. And we can see here, this is where it calculates the tax for the reflection, or the calculates the tax to be able to do for pull out that tax for liquidity. How much is going to charity? How much is going to the dev wallet, which is paying for this platform? All of these are just simple math transaction or math equations that are going on. And then we get to a transfer. And if you really think about it, a simple transfer is right here. The sender, I subtract the balance. The recipient, I add the balance.
Right.
That's it. That's all it is. So what we can do here is be able to then, do some automated stuff. Be able to take that tax that we pull out for liquidity and actually automatically put it back into the token for liquidity. This actually happened a couple days ago. We were able to the contract hit a certain threshold, and it took out it sold, and it took that BNB that it got from the sale and put it back into the token as liquidity, and it did all of that automatically. And then, this is where all that's happening. Add liquidity. This is it. It calls the PancakeSwap router automatically, and it adds that liquidity. These are the simple things that are going on. It's not necessarily, it's not confusing. As soon as you kind of read, it's very straightforward. If the author of the contract uses some straightforward names, you can get the idea. You can get an understanding that, hey, this function is going to, or this is saying, if the swap tokens for BNB is half, well, do this. So
I think and Brandon, let me come back on camera for a second, but because I think that one of the things that I see often is people read the tokenomics, they read everything that we're doing, but they, to your point, they don't know that these are functions. And to me, a function is a set of instructions that you can call throughout a program, right? If a function could be, if I put it in simplistic terms, right, a function could be, let's say I love drinking coffee, right? So a function could be add sugar to the coffee. What's the process of it? Get the cup. How do you get the cup? Brew the coffee specifically. And then because you're calling those functions, right, if you have 10,000 people that say I want coffee, I am going to call that specified function, which is a preset of instructions, and then it helps on the programming to be more efficient, right? Instead of doing everything in 10,000 lines and all that stuff. So so let me ask you this. When it comes to smart contracts and the blockchain, have you seen anything that, as you translate the real world with crypto, right, in the contracts, right? Have you seen anything that is not possible to do, right? Like, and what I mean by that is, if I think a lot about if this, then that, different, its solidity is just like any other language typical to maybe C++ of that nature. So that really the sky is the limit when you're building maybe a new alternative cryptocurrency or whatnot that has an interesting perspective. Just
Yep.
like what we do in some of our shows when we review on our shows our tokens and tacos or endgame crypto and all that kind of stuff, right? Is there anything that personally that has limits within Solidity, or you just need to dream it and build it?
There are absolutely limits in Solidity. It's a very opinionated language. It's very restrictive on what it can do. You can't. So, for instance, it only um, think of it like a button. I mean, I'm very simplifying this, but think of
Mhm.
a contract or a function the on the blockchain as a button. It doesn't do anything unless you push it. So that's the biggest thing. You can't do automated things. So I can't say exactly at this time, perform this function
Mhm.
because it needs to be pushed by something. So sometimes, that in the way that we do stuff like that, for instance, our swap and liquefy, it happens on a trigger, but that trigger is then pushed by a transfer. So the transfer is what initiates the check to see if swap and liquefy should happen. We
Mhm.
can't just say, at this specific time, do a swap and liquefy and let it happen. You also can't do truly random things. So you cannot. There's no random number generator. So you have to use what's called an oracle, which is essentially a bridge to the real world,
Wow.
to be able to do truly random functions. And this is because the nature of a function, the function, like you just said, it's a set of specific instructions. If I know what those instructions are, I can play it out in the future, and I can figure out how you're trying to get a random number or a pseudo random number. And then I can front run that on the blockchain, and I can be able to predict, and I can do certain things at specific times as to try to overrun or overtake whatever you're trying to do.
Gotcha.
So with regards to those limitations, it's one of the, if you think of the movie Inception,
Mhm.
where he is talking about he's trying to teach the new architect that you live in a world with rules, but so you need to work within those rules. So once you understand the rules of the world, now let your creativity that you would normally expend out here, you can now focus on that limited rules within the world. And you can start coming up with some really creative things that, uh, we're kind of working towards on the side to be able to come up with some new concepts and we are a business. We want to be able to expand. We want to continue doing things. VOYR is just one of the things that we're working on. So we're coming up with these new concepts of things that you could do within a token. Reflections is fairly new. This is a new concept. A new one that's coming out, or that came out, I should say, is getting those reflections just straight back as BNB. So instead of getting it as a token, the contract actually goes and sends you BNB instead of the token back. So now it's kind of like, getting this reflection back, but now I have it in a stable coin, a semi-stable coin.
Mhm.
Um, BNB, it's not a true stable coin like USDT or something, which there are all those that are also doing it in stable coins. So there's just these new concepts that are coming out. It's really cool stuff, but being able to understand the constraints of the language, and that's actually one thing I like about Solidity is the constraints it has, because it allows me to take the energy I would normally do on trying to figure out every possible option. If I can now take that energy and focus it down, and if you think about like an antenna, it's a focused array, you're taking 10 kilowatts and now focusing on it, and that's now a stronger beam. So being able to focus it better like that, it actually helps me be able to be more creative within that realm. And I totally went around and skipped over my Inception thing. But
Great movie. I mean, I like the movie.
it's a
When you
fantastic. I love that
Great
movie.
movie.
Because I liken that also to the Matrix. If you understand the rules of the world, you can understand how to manipulate the rules and bend the rules. They're rules, you can't break them, especially in a like the Ethereum virtual machine, you have to follow the rules of the system, otherwise it won't work.
So let me interject right there, because a lot of reviews of other things that we've done, and even our own contract, right? We've talked about immutability. We've talked about once you launched a coin or launched a contract, right? It is running, right? It's not.
Yep.
And then there is this notion that audiences that are not aware of, right? That they say, well, you can manipulate this. You were the creator. You created this. Nothing stops you from that. So So what are some of the guidelines, or what are some of the safety nets that you've seen with Solidity and everything that we've done to ensure that the audience understands that once we put something out there, it's out there. It's not like we can break it, I guess. You can, but it has a different connotation, right?
It does. And this is kind of where, and what you're kind of referring to is where a lot of token, I won't say people because a lot of them don't dox themselves. So I will just say a lot of the creators of tokens out there, they have a renounce ownership function, where what that does is it's basically it burns the owner address. It puts the owner address as a 0, so nobody can control it. So now it's a free market at that point, which is all well and good until there's a bug in it, and now nobody can change anything. And what I mean by that is you can change values. The code itself is set. That is what's immutable. But there are states within the function or within the contract that you can change. For instance, your address balance. There's states that you need to be able to change. The functions themselves cannot change in a contract. There are ways you can create upgradable contracts that use proxies and stuff like that, but but even then, that contract itself is immutable. You can change a value that maybe points it to another contract, but then again, that contract is immutable. So what that, my whole thing, that it's the blockchain is exactly like us, and we're like the blockchain. We are radically transparent. You want to say that, well, you can do this on the block on the contract? Well, technically, yes, that function is there, but you're going to know when that happens. The contract emits it emits messages when specific actions happen. So if we were to change a tax rate, it is emitted. You will know exactly when that happens. If we ever needed to do that, we are radically transparent. We're going to tell you before we ever had to do that. We don't. We don't plan to, but we have the ability to, yes. But we don't do that because we don't need to. But there are capabilities in there to allow you to change things, but we are open and transparent about it. The blockchain is open and transparent about it. You can see exactly what we're doing with that contract. You can see exactly the functions that we are running on it. It's not a black box. It is wide open. So anybody that wants to claim, well, you can do this, you can do that. Yes. Anybody can come up behind you and stab you in the back, but most of the time they don't. So we're not going to. That's not what we do. We're going to be open, transparent, and we're going to tell you when we need to make those changes.
I like it. Listen, there's a question from Prophet Medic that I'm going to put here. So talking about reflections, if you bought tokens during pre-sale, are the reflections received based on total tokens or just vested tokens that show in Trust Wallet?
That is a great question, and I can show you exactly where that is in the contract.
I like that.
So let me go ahead and go full screen really quick. Yep. And so basically what you're seeing when you check your balance inside of I use MetaMask, but if it's Trust Wallet, whatever it may be, when you look at your balance, what it is really doing, it is calling this balance of function. Trying to not scroll too fast for you all. So this balance of function right here, let me zoom in here for you. Where'd that go? Zoom in. There we go. Make it a little bit bigger for you. So it's calling this function. And what this function is a view, and that's what it says right here. Now, if you're an excluded account, which there's only minimal, that's like the owner address. An excluded account is one that can send and receive tokens without without the tax. It's basically it's tax exempt. So, which actually, now that I say that, is exempt. That's what it should be, exempt, not excluded. So basically, don't worry about that because that's only ours. Now, what happens here typically, you would get the highlighted piece right here. So if your token, what's happening here is I'm looking for the token locks. So what happens is when you do a pre-sale, your balance gets put into your account. Your balance in your wallet is going to have your full balance in there. Now, the important part about that is because your balance is what determines how much reflections you get. So when you do that pre-sale, you absolutely are purchasing all of those tokens. And I can show you that right here, because when you accept pre-sale payment, so it runs through, it accepts that pre-sale payment and it assigns the token lock. It calls that function, which is right here. So it assigns it, which keeps track of it, but then it does a typical transfer. And when it does that typical transfer, it's transferring the amount into your account, which is, as we said, in that mapping, in that registry right there, it is saying your balance for your wallet address equals that. So yes, to answer your question, yes. Now, when you look at your balance, what we're doing is we're subtracting how many tokens are locked based on that linear lock. So it's not that your tokens aren't actually there. We're just not showing it when you have it. If you think about your balance and so I apologize if this is not how it is in the rest of the world, but in the US, you have your account balance and you have an available balance. You'll see this a lot with credit cards because you get those it'll check a pre-authorization. And so your available balance is subtracted. Your actual balance doesn't change because nothing actually happened with that money. It's just it's taking it out just in case. And that's what we've done with the lock. Your balance is fully in the account, but we're just hiding it or subtracting the amount you have locked so that you cannot withdraw it before the amount that time. And the way that is calculated is it runs this function, get token lock amount, and this function is right here. And all it does is it checks, it takes, all right, how much is in the account? And then it figures out the ratio. So end time minus the current time, give me the percentage. And then how is that relevant to the start time and the end time? So how much is it from now until the end relative to the whole picture? So we figure that out. It returns that ratio of the amount to that balance of function, and then it displays it back to you in your wallet. So that's how we do it. Your account has the full balance. It is getting those reflections as it normally would, which honestly, you're getting the reflections on the full balance. We're hiding the balance of your lock tokens, and quite honestly, theoretically, you shouldn't have access to the reflected amount of the lock tokens, but you get that anyway. So you're actually getting more reflections than what's visible. It's based on your total balance.
Very, 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 very well said indeed, my friend. So, Prophet Medic, hopefully that answered your question when it comes to that, and that's something that we get a lot, right? I mean, I think in closing, with from the technicality side, obviously anybody can learn how to program Solidity. I mean, I think that if you have a foundation on any programming language, I mean, I won't say any programming language because there's archaic on all organic curves, but there has to be a foundation where you're able to understand functions and features. And the mind of a programmer to me is amazing. I'm by no, while I know how to program and that's how I start, that's not my day job. But, I think what Brandon, you agree with me, kind of in closing, is that you not only as a founder at VOYR, but as a creator of programming, right? It must be very exciting when you probably are like, thinking you're chilling and all of a sudden an idea comes in and you're like, wow, I can build this in Solidity. I can build this as an alternative cryptocurrency that has typically some purpose, right? Is that how your mind operates? That you're like sitting and also you're like you start in your brain building a crypto token, or I mean, walk me through that, man.
Actually, yes. Weirdly enough, Dave and I were having lunch yesterday, and we had that exact moment.
Mhm.
We had an idea, and I'm like, and we started. Like, you're not gonna. It's blown out in the white, but
It's a piece of
it's
paper.
literally like back of
Pen
the
up.
receipt planning of a token.
Mhm.
Um, and quite honestly, this one's going to take us some time. There's some really cool stuff in here. I'll just, what I will say is we think we can build gamification into the token itself,
Wow.
which is going to be interesting. It's going to be pretty cool. So yes, absolutely. That is exactly how my mind is working right now. Sadly, actually, I'll when we were heavy building the token, those what we called the VOYR vomit comet that it was bad. That time period was bad. And I was so focused on programming and I was doing so much with Solidity and blockchain and everything. I play hockey every week. I'm in a league. I still play hockey, and I'm out on the ice skating around. And in my mind, I'm looking at the people and everything, and my mind is thinking of everybody as an address wallet, and the puck is a token, and I'm transferring the puck to different wallets, and everything needs to be perfect. It's absolute, and like it's my mind just like went like this with hockey and blockchain, and it was an interesting feeling. I think my passes were more crisp because I had that like immutability piece in my mind. I'm like, I can't fuck this up, so I need to make the better pass. Uh, but it really the you have to have a logical mind to be able to follow function to function, because if you think about it, when you do a transfer, actually, a simple balance of, if you checking your balance hits like 5 or 6 different functions.
Mhm.
So you need to have that logical mind to connect pieces around, and that's how you can, if you have the ability to link one action to another, you can do programming. That's all it is. It's figuring out how to solve a problem in a logical way, and it does change the way you think, because when we're thinking in our mind, it's very multi-dimensional. Like we're pulling in so many different things from different parts of our brain, and when you want to create an application, you now need to take this and serialize it, and
Mhm.
get it from step to step to step. And not everybody can do that, but if you have that capability, programming is there. And if you enjoy crypto, blockchain developers are in huge demand.
Huge demand.
I mean, you honestly, if you know Solidity, you could easily get 100K job. If full stack, and then you add in blockchain and Solidity, easily 250 a year. Uh, that they're in such high demand that people are actually not taking jobs, and they're doing just project based, because they can do so many projects quickly, and they'll actually make more money doing projects than they would actually being a full time on a company.
So, Brandon, how do somebody that is looking at Solidity connects with you through the Telegram channel that you have, all that kind of stuff? I mean, I know that we also talked about interns. We've talked about as we grow the company. Like, walk me through how you're thinking that. How do people get in touch with that channel so they can, if they want to learn, they can jump in and be able to look at things.
Yeah, I will. So we have a Telegram group, we have a Solidity group. So, I wanted to get into Solidity, and there wasn't any place around that was real time. Uh, you can go on Reddit. There's some good stuff there, but nobody had this real time. So I created the Telegram group. Telegram group. Actually, I don't know how it grew so fast, but it ended up growing to about 150, and then I created the Discord server. So you can you can join the group on Telegram. I'll go ahead and post the links in Telegram, in our Telegram channel right now.
Awesome.
So you can do those. Okay.
If you post it, I'll put it in on as a link here on the on the captions on the show.
All right, there we go.
There you are. So I'm just gonna take this and I'm just gonna copy that, and we're just gonna create a quick caption, which is the best solidity group to learn crypto. And the link is right here. And look at that. The magic of this platform, it just shows right here. So that is the Telegram link. If you want to join, everybody's welcome to join. If you want to say hi to Brandon, you're welcome to say hi to Brandon.
Yep.
I'm sure
I'm EC Ninja, EC_Ninja. That is me. Actually, if you actually in the official group, you don't see me as my normal username, but it's EC_Ninja. I think I was trying to do like currency ninja. I think that was my point for that. But that's why it's EC Ninja. So there is that. We have in the Telegram group, we're up to 457 people. 73 are actually online right now. And I'm serious. Ask anything inside the group. We are all there to learn. And what's fantastic is there are very experienced people in there as well. And you can, if it's anything blockchain related, you can just ask it in there. I ask front end questions. I ask back end questions, including Solidity questions. There's great people in there that are so helpful. The mods are fantastic in there as well. So
Brandon,
come
Brandon,
check us out.
thank you for what you do for Voyager Media Group. Obviously, super excited to have you as a team member and as a founder, right, of VOYR and the brands that we're building behind Voyager Media Group, right? So this kind of stuff excites me because I know that life, life is about making things challenging. If you continue the status quo and continue to do the same thing over and over, it just blend. This is something that I'm personally investing time to learn Solidity in such a way that doesn't mean that I'm an expert, but I can say, you know what, I've done it. I can do it. I'm not afraid of it. And that's that. So now I do want to bring something up real quick, which is our store merchandise page, which is very easy to find. Is store.voyr.me. As you can see, there is some collections that I am, I'm happy to see. Other ones, they came in as a thief in the night. So apparently we now have a presidential overload shirt, which is, sobrecarga presidencial. And there is our friend Mara. And for some reason, there's some exploding ball heads. There's only one ball headed in the team. I don't know. That might be part of the feud of that. Obviously, there is the Presidente Founders Collection, which is my shirt. Look how beautiful it looks from a background perspective. Yes, my voice is damn sexy. And then, yes, if you look inside of my mouth, there is someone that typically is mad at me when I try to pick on her. I won't mention any names. Yes, it's Mara Rivera.
I won't pick on her. I think we only have one of those.
Yeah, and we do have, obviously, our CTO Founder Edition. When he's saying what is because he is ready to rock and roll. That's a little bit what that is.
I have to say, you heard me earlier. I mentioned that I went to lunch with Dave yesterday.
Uh-huh.
That asshole wore the shirt out for lunch.
No, he not
with me next to him. Yes, he wore the shirt with my face on it. He wore it out in public.
And did people reacted?
No, nobody said anything.
I can confirm this is true.
Yeah, I was thinking about getting a selfie with him, but I'm like, that's very egotistical.
I was waiting for the waiter to
selfie of myself with
say, "What do you mean? You don't know this celebrity? We should be getting this comp."
Exactly. I would have done the same thing. You don't know who he is? What world do you live? That's what I would have done.
The real one, bro.
It was all good,
not mine.
I will say there is a new shirt that is queued up right now, and it'll go live here in probably an hour.
Hold on. Whoa.
Wait.
Hold the brakes. Because these shirts are I'm popping better than Cuban bread out of Ybor City here in Tampa. Like,
Yeah.
like, where are you coming with this stuff, dude? Like, we're supposed to be talking about these shirts, and all of a sudden, pop, something pops.
Yeah, and I'm gonna go broke trying to keep up with this collection. I'm trying to keep them
Guys,
all.
you know,
Like
there was
this one. This one's not even for sale. This is a true founders edition. If
And
anybody knows that,
nobody knows this one right here.
there's
But
a hint. There's a hint in your text group.
oh, I just saw the hint.
wait, what I miss? Wait,
The man with the luscious hair. The man where
Oh, boy.
when I see that
I
man,
foresee that shirt bankrupting VOYR because no one's going to buy it.
really,
You know what's funny?
Uh.
I actually have a picture of myself sitting in that pose.
You should see the back of the shirt. The back of the shirt's even better.
Oh.
Oh, this is gonna be funny.
oh gosh. All right.
Yeah.
I mean, if it's not evident, I will say the person that has the most luscious hair and is not Mara. She already has a shirt. She doesn't need another one. It will be our very own Rob Levy, which is over there, like
Right here.
there it is. But
I'm excited.
I'm on the Brady Bunch.
You want to see the back
I'm
of
too,
the shirt?
I'm too busy working. I still need to come up with my name and stuff, so I'll get
The
that.
back of the shirt says
Next RMA.
The back of the shirt has that on it, and it says "Hair Wanted."
dude. I see. So let me see if I get this straight. So one end of the spectrum has luscious hair. The other end of the spectrum has to fight to grow his own goatee to find hair. That's what you're saying.
I couldn't sleep, man. 3 a.m. in the morning. I was.
Oh yeah,
I was on fire.
I may have to get you some, I don't know, brownie stuff with something. I don't know. I need to get you something to sleep because when you don't sleep, you're creating stuff, dude. That's what I'm gonna say.
It does
Yeah.
look good, though, I will say.
Causing trouble.
Oh God. All right. Well, that's
I just
why
haven't had a chance to go through and figure out the.
and I am going to say this to those that are listening. We gotta make a shirt for Dave or
Yeah.
Jefe, and it is going to be epic. So, but he continues when he doesn't sleep and he gets up at 3 a.m. Man, I can't keep up. Like he's already out. So I'm going to need.
I will say, I mean, Brandon's only in the lead by a shirt.
Wait, who?
Mara's caught up with you, man.
So Mara's
shit.
cut up.
Oh, I did not know that.
Yeah.
Good. I don't like to be in the spotlight like that.
All right, we do have one more.
You can have it.
We do have one more question for from Profit Medic. Any plans to offer actual VOYR vanity coins or tokens on the store? It will be cool to have a pocket token. Hell yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
Actually, you're spot on. We actually have I have a mock-up coming on it from a challenge coin company, and if we approve it, then yes, they will make them, and they will be available for sale in the store. So yeah, absolutely.
What would be nice if I could have VOYR poker chips, but that's another. These
are challenge coins. They're going to be an 1.5 inch challenge coin, and our rainmakers actually get one for being rainmakers.
The rainmakers get one. Yep. Very nice, very nice.
And we're doing limited buy, one time only for this one, so it's going to be a limited edition. How many? What's the minimum? What's the minimum? Did you say 500 minimum?
No, it's 150.
150. Oh, wow, even more scarce. Okay.
Yeah.
So there's only gonna be
actually for a few more bucks a coin. They actually will die strike 1 of, 2 of, 3 of.
Really?
Yeah.
Ooh. You know what? For just think of if Facebook did that, how much those would be worth now. That's going to be ours. So I think maybe we do that.
And this guy didn't think about.
I think one of 7 or 1 of 10 are the first 10 are already kind of spoken for, but yeah, we will. You know what we should do? Actually, we should. All right, I'll take it offline with you guys. I think we can actually build something into this to make it interactive too.
I like it. Interactivity is good. It's good.
I like the interactivity. I'm thinking we could, let's do like a QR code on there. We could do some like augmented reality stuff. No, seriously though, we could do
Actually,
something
believe
like
it or not, they can embed an NFC chip in these.
Well, that's what I was getting to. I wasn't going to say NFT, but I was just going to say, can they stamp like a serial number on there, and then we can do it. We could do an NFT with it. Each one can come with an NFT.
No, they can put an NFC chip in it so you can scan it.
Right, which will have essentially a serial number, so a digital serial number at that point.
Yeah.
And then we can
programmable. The way they showed me it, you can program it. You just take a phone, you can program. You can program whatever you want. You can put a URL in it.
Oh. I wonder if we could do. Well, actually, the one of and two of would technically be its serial number of itself, and then we could tie an NFT to that too.
Yeah. So a lot of stuff, but yes, ProMedic, Profit Medic. We're already working on this. It's something I'm trying to coordinate for launch. I really want to coordinate it so that they're ready for the launch. They have about a 3-week production cycle.
That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Well, listen,
we should probably do an initial. Sorry to cut you off, Enrique. We should probably do an initial creators one too for the creators, launch creators that are on here for launch.
Yeah,
I agree. Well, it has been past the hour, so just like anything else, if you want to be seen on VOYR, we talked about creating some videos as a creator. Hashtag is going to be see me on VOYR. Send those away. David's going to work on the website. We're going to put it into our website as a creator spotlight. So appreciate on that. Rob, thank you so much for the update you did from a creator's perspective, the things that you're concentrating and all that kind of stuff. Brandon, great session today about Solidity, how the stuff works and whatnot. I do want to bring this graph in real quick. So as you know, we have weekly AMA sessions on youtube.voyr.me, as well as Twitch, voyr.me, and Discord.voyr.me. Wednesdays at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 2300 UTC, and Sundays at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard, 1400 UTC.
With blocking the Discord.
Yeah.
On that note,
the Discord on the bottom.
On that note, please go ahead.
They're the biggest buy of probably the entire time we've been in VOYR has just happened.
Really?
Yeah.
What?
Are you serious?
Can you discuss or no? We all have to go look.
I just bought 45 BNB worth of VOYR me.
You know what? 45 BNB of VOYR me and me. VOYR means that we believe in our platform. We put it in. If we did not believe in what we do as owners and investors and whatnot, we will not be doing this, guys. So thank you for actually sharing that, Dave. That's
that's a lot.
Not talking about price, but there's gonna be a nice candle here in a minute. And if anybody wants to join us, by all means.
Yeah. I want to join in on that. I'll join in on that. Why not?
Let's just thumb some fingers back at some people, and then
that's their loss.
Platform, and if you bought in the dip, congratulations, because we're gonna reward you handily here in less than 60 days.
I love this analogy somebody said to me. If the person next to you just sold their house for 25% below market value, are you going to run out and go get a realtor and try to sell it? No, you're going to freaking hold on to it. You're going to wait for the market to come back. Why should you do this any different? Yeah, The graph is down. It's
not anymore.
Come back up.
I've overcome everything.
Not anymore.
Yeah, you put us over. Definitely put us over. That is awesome.
Yeah. Dave, thank you for doing that. That's awesome. I know that I'm joining as well. So, Dave, I'll leave you with the parting stuff before I sign us off. Any part things, my friend?
Parting thoughts. I'd love to see. I'll have the page up here momentarily. I would love to see our community come out with some creative videos on why you're passionate about VOYR. I'm gonna make my own, but let's bury some content. Not bury content. Let's make a mountain of content, and let's just bury social media with everybody's passionate video about why they like VOYR, love VOYR. going to be on VOYR, going to be seen on VOYR, and we'll spend this entire week pushing that content to the reaches of the globe. And
I will throw this out there too. If anybody wants to edit my rant from earlier, I'm not very good at video editing. So if anybody wants to edit my rant from earlier and make it funny and basically calling out anybody that wants to come up against VOYR in a platform, because we are building the best platform, feel free. Because I know some of you out there can do some awesome editing.
Does that count like the Presidente? Can I edit your rant and put like a heavy metal Slayer music like can I do that?
I absolutely. It's we are open for all. So if that's what you want, that is what you can do. I understand what I'm doing when I made that comment. I'm curious to see what will come out of that. I just imagine some weird stuff, but I will give my permission to be able to use that in a way, because that's my why VOYR, and I can't edit, so feel free.
All right, I'll see. Let's see what happens. So, on behalf of the entire team here at VOYR, which is Dave Siles, Brandon Myers, Enrique Barreto, Rob Levy, Mara Rivera, which she has been actively texting and writing on YouTube. I know that you couldn't be here, but thanks for being here. Thank you for being part of the show. Tune in next Wednesday for the official AMA show that we have on youtube.voyr.me, or tune in every day in Telegram. If you go to a Telegram channel at 9 a.m. Eastern, 1300 UTC for any updates. It's a lot of fun. We do talk serious stuff, but we also make a lot of
fun.
Yeah, so we talk serious stuff, and then we make a lot of fun about each other.
Yeah, 9 a.m. Get your coffee in the morning.
Get your coffee, put some whiskey in, whatever you need. So with
afternoon tea if you're in Europe.
No, it's I personally enjoy those shows. So with that, thank you so much all for listening, and have a great